Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
I was 38 years old when I met my first Muslim.
Really?
I was. And I dragged my 2-year-old daughter an hour away from my white picket fence backyard to the city where I knew that Iraqi refugees were coming in. And I remember when Aisha walked out of the door, she was just dressed in black from head to toe. I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And she said, "Why are you here?" And I told her, "I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm just trying to do what he says. I know I'm supposed to welcome the foreigner. I know that I should probably meet Muslims because, love your enemy. You're the closest thing I have to an enemy. I don't even know you."
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah. And
so this is still on American soil.
this is still on American soil.
Yeah.
And I just was I knew that God wanted me to do something with the nations, but I wanted to have it be personal, practical right then. And so she says to me, "Yes." And I said, "I just want to help with refugees." And she said, "Yes, you can help."
Who is she? Is she just a Muslim woman, or is she running some sort of
She's
organization?
so she's helping Sudanese refugees, actually,
Okay.
and Iraqi refugees come in and resettle.
I see.
And so she was Iraqi herself, a former refugee. And she said to me...
Still wearing full
Still
burqa.
wearing everything, yes. And so she said, "Yes, you can help." And I thought, okay, we're going to do a food collection campaign or clothing drive, and then we're going to all smile at each other and then go home. Instead, she says to me, "If everything you're saying is true, then I want you to come to..." I met a widow with 2 small children yesterday, or a couple weeks ago, who just came back from Iraq. Her husband was accidentally killed by American soldiers.
Wow.
And I want you to come to her apartment with me tomorrow and ask forgiveness from the American people.
Wow. Welcome to the introduction of Muslim or work among Islamic peoples.
Yes, and just work globally and just following God to the nations. All of a sudden I understood that it was going to be so much bigger and so much more fascinating, and to follow Jesus, that's a subtitle, Follow Jesus to the Nations in your neighborhood and beyond. And so then it catapulted me into friendships with many Muslims and other peoples coming to our country, and then international students. And then eventually my husband and I had to explore what lay beyond, and we sold everything we had. We were successful business people, and we moved to a chaotic Muslim country in India, a city of 1 million by the sea. And I recognized when we moved back that there were so many other people like me who are just ordinary people who want to change the world.
Are you an ordinary person?
I am an ordinary person. I look pretty ordinary, don't I?
Yeah, but so I think that's the problem. Don't you think that's the problem, though? I mean, you're not on YouTube right now, but you are an ordinary person, and other people can do or what you've done, or maybe just following these footsteps.
That's right. Because I'm a mom with 4 kids. And a husband who works in the corporate world. Now, I did grow up overseas, so I do have this, this natural draw.
Third culture kid. Yeah.
Yes, but I also have made lots of mistakes in my inner work trying to do things in the nations.
Yeah.
And I wanted to write a book that would help just ordinary people like this not make the same mistakes I did.
Yeah.
And also be able to make friends with just their neighbor who happens to be Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim.
And when you say happens to be, it is such a bigger thing right now. Had you have said this in the 50s, I mean,
there would
a
have been very
couple
many.
generations ago, we're not even having this conversation.
Yeah, that's right.
Suddenly, all the nations are at our doorstep. And that's why I love both the title and the subtitle, Cross the Street. I mean, literally, people can cross the street meet their... I was recently in Fremont, California.
Okay.
Very close friends of ours. They're on our board at Within Reach Global. And we came to their house, and we were staying right off of jet lag, a little bit of a space cadet at the time. Their whole neighborhood at one point, 1 generation ago, was predominantly white. And suddenly, Pakistani, Filipino, Indonesian, Chinese, they are like the only Caucasians on the street.
Wow.
And suddenly the nations are at their doorstep. They love it. They're embracing it wholeheartedly. They go across their street all the time. Rarely around the world. Their son does.
Yeah.
But they're only able to go across the street. And I think a lot of people can probably resonate with that, following Jesus to the nations and in your neighborhood and beyond.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.